Hi, this is Chuck McCall, and I'm at a little Buddhist rest area along the side of the highway next to the Basak River, and I'm on my way back from Krang Tanong, Ground Yao village, and the church that we planted there many years ago, and I went out to preach today and to visit the pastor and to have lunch with their family and a few church members. And the road on the way out there holds a lot of memories for me. One big memory for me is that we were in Cambodia for 10 years. And I can honestly say that every morning I would get up with enthusiasm, anticipation, strength, ready for the day ahead, because I had a vision from God that was burning in my soul. We were seeing people saved, we were seeing churches planted, we were seeing people added to the local church in Phnom Penh, development projects, and just such a blessing to see what God was doing and exciting. And as I said, I had strength to do it every day. But I remember one time on this road that I just rode my motorcycle down, probably 10 years ago now, and the road now is paved, but back then it was really just a trail, it was dirt. It was I remember it was so bumpy, just up and down on the motorcycle. And it was a hot day like it is today. And I remember riding along and thinking, I'm just so tired. All I want to do is pull my motorcycle off to the side of the road and go to sleep in the shade. And I thought to myself, it's not as fun as it used to be. And so I thought, I've got to make some changes. And so I began to pray and feel that I needed to turn the church in Phnom Penh over to someone else, and that I would still be involved in church planting and development projects and sustainability projects, but I just felt like I had to turn some of this over to somebody. So I began to pray and fast and seek God, and we had a prophetic team come in from Japan, actually, and it was a group from Bill Hammond's Christian International. I believe that Bill Hammond is an apostle and a prophet, and in fact, I received my Bachelor of Theology from his institution, Christian International. And so this team came in, and they came in on a Wednesday night, prophesied, prayed, preached, and at the very end, they said, we want to pray over you and your wife. And so they began praying over Cindy and I, and they knew nothing of what was in my heart. They knew nothing of what I was praying about or what I was thinking. And during the course of the prayer, they just said, and when it comes to your successor, don't forget your son. Jesse was standing there, my oldest son. And I thought about Jesse. He definitely was qualified and felt like he had the calling of God on his life and the potential. But there was something in me that rejected a McCall dynasty in Cambodia. I thought, I am not going to appoint another American. I'm certainly not going to appoint another McCall in my place. This is going to be a Cambodian-led church. That was my heart from the beginning. But again, through this prophetic word, out of the blue, God spoke. When it comes to your successor, don't forget your son. So I met with Jesse. We prayed about it. We talked about it. And we made the decision that I would lead the church for the first 6 months of the year, the new year, and Jesse would lead the church for the next 6 months under my supervision. And then at the end of 1 year, I would turn it over to him. And of course, history tells you the church has multiplied. Jesse is an absolute competent leader, a great visionary, and the Phnom Penh church has multiplied. The ministry in every aspect has multiplied as a result of me backing down and turning it over to someone else. And so I just want to put this on record for history's sake. But the lesson that we can learn is this: don't hold on anything too tightly. Don't hold on to anything too tightly. There is a time and a season for everything. And if because of pride, because of prestige, because of finances, or anything else, that you hold on to a position or a role that God has put you in longer than when your time is up, and when it's time for you to move on, it will deteriorate. That's my experience. That's what I knew at the time, is that I've got to let go of this, because if I try to lead this, and the anointing to be the senior leader of this is no longer with me, it's not going to work. It's going to get worse and worse. And so the important thing to learn is there is an anointing upon us to do certain things. And sometimes that anointing is upon us to do certain things for a certain season. And then the anointing lifts, and it's time for us to move on to the new thing that God has for us. And so I just want to encourage you in this huge life spiritual lesson that don't hold on to anything too tightly. And don't be afraid to let go. I'm going to lose my salary, I'm going to lose my prestige, I'm going to lose my honor. Look, we serve God, we serve His purposes. We're all just His hands and His feet and His mouth to do His will wherever He wants to put us and whatever role He wants to have us in, whether it's a public role or whether it's a behind-the-scenes role. It doesn't matter. The important thing is the right person. Be the right person in the right time, in the right place.